Everyone is losing their minds over this set, and I didn't even plan on getting it. But of course, I eventually caved and bought the 2024 Sith Infiltrator. Because I desperately wanted a misprinted red-bearded Qui-Gon Jinn! I mean, because of the Saga Era minifigure. But first things first. This is the 5th iteration of the Scimitar playset, and I feel like LEGO just doesn't quite understand this shit. None of the versions so far have been perfect. In this new set, the hull shape doesn't really match the film. The forward center section should be more streamlined, the cockpit isn't spherical enough, and once again the wings are not rounded. In my opinion, the overall hull shape was the best in the 2015 version, while the 2007 model had the best wings. But once I started building this model, a few things really stood out. I was especially impressed with how the laser cannons were designed, even though they've been moved from the wings to the front. You load arrow pieces inside and press these bricks to launch them. There's also a mechanism underneath for dropping prop droids by pressing a hidden part. I also really like the section between the cockpit and the center. It closely resembles the Scimitar starship. Plus, the rounded panels at the back look fantastic. Furthermore, for the first time ever, LEGO has included transparent bright green parts for the engine nozzle, though they're almost completely hidden under lattice tiles. One trend I genuinely appreciate is LEGO's habit of using internal bricks in unusual colors. It's a great way to expand the palette of pieces in your collection. This set includes reddish orange, sand green, bright purple, bright violet and bright green, all fairly uncommon colors, especially for a Star Wars playset. The forward center section features a hatch which serves as a compartment for the prop droids. However, I'm not a fan of this particular droids because they're too flat. I understand the design compromise, the compartment is quite narrow, but I preferred black hat pieces with printed details to represent the droid's eye. The cockpit opens in a similar way to the 2015 version. Inside, you'll find a control panel and lightsaber holders. One small but clever detail I love is that Darth Maul's speeder fits neatly inside the cockpit. Speaking of the speeder, it's finally the correct brown color, though I think dark brown would have been even better. Still, it's a step in the right direction. Unfortunately, the set doesn't include electro binoculars for Darth Maul, which is a bit disappointing. The Sith Infiltrator comes with 4 minifigures, all of them brand new, including the very first ever Saga Era minifigure. So looks just great, with detailed prints including his metal leg, and he even comes with a cloak. I am surprisingly pleased with the new Anakin Skywalker Kid minifigure. I think this version is the best one yet, thanks to the excellent hairpiece which perfectly captures Annie's hairstyle from the Phantom Minis. As for the new Darth Maul, I'd say he's the angriest version we've seen. Just look at those piercing pupils, they're terrifying. I appreciate that this Sith Infiltrator's Maul doesn't have the creepy grin from the 2015 set, which was from a completely different scene. Unfortunately, in terms of film accuracy, there is no hood or cloak included for Darth Maul, just his glorious Zabrak horns. And finally, Qui-Gon Jinn. This minifigure features a fantastic new soft poncho, which I really like, as well as a new, very detailed torso print with pouches and the first ever lightsaber belt clip. Something actually visible in several of the Phantom Minis scenes. But what's all the fuss about this minifigure? Well, early in production, the Qui-Gon headpiece had a reddish brown beard, which was likely a misprint. At some point, LEGO corrected it to the proper dark brown color. However, in early 2025, set owners started noticing the difference between minifigures, and the Redbeard Qui-Gon frenzy began. The reddish brown minifigure is considered so rare that Facebook groups, eBay and Bricklink are full of offers for the past 3-4 weeks. Some sellers are flipping these minifigures for an average of £100. Meanwhile, we, regular LEGO Star Wars collectors, are simply enjoying watching the reddish-brown Qui-Gon hunt, which will hopefully end soon, leaving us with nothing but funny memories.
Do you remember Redbeard?
But getting back to the Sith Infiltrator itself, there are a lot of new features and great little details, but also a fair share of flaws. Does that mean you shouldn't buy this set? Absolutely not. I had a great time building the set, and in the end of the day, that's what truly matters.